back, and this video is going to be a little bit different. I thought, you know what, sometimes we fall behind and the laundry stacks up, and that is what has happened here in the Leaf household. So today we are just going to run the laundry all day long and reduce this laundry pile as much as possible. So I thought, why not film it, maybe do podcast style, and answer some of your frequently asked questions. Pause this video, go throw a load in the laundry, and let's knock this out. I'm estimating this dirty pile to be about 8 loads worth. And this basket here has 2 loads that need to be folded. And we have 1 load in the dryer ready to be folded as well. Before we get started on the Q&A portion, I'm going to put up a laundry counter here in the bottom and track exactly how many loads we completed today. And yes, I am going to count the 3 loads of clean clothes that are in the big basket and dryer as their respective loads, because let's be honest, folding and putting away is the bulk of the laundry chore. So dagnab, I'm going to count it. I asked on YouTube and Instagram what burning questions y'all had. It could be anything, and y'all didn't disappoint. I'm going to try and do rapid fire as best as possible so we can get through as many as possible. Okay, first question. I figured I would go ahead and touch on this one. I had several of you ask how I've been doing, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I haven't been great. You could have probably guessed from my lack of uploads the past few weeks, but I had fallen into a major depressive episode. Probably one of the worst in a while. My last major depressive episode was probably back in January, so that's good at least. And I don't want to jinx it, but the past few days I have felt it lifting, hence why I'm editing and posting this video. I am feeling my energy and desire to be a part of the world return, so that's good. I had stopped doing what I needed to do to take care of myself, and then I picked up another virus and just spiraled from there. Depression is sneaky like that. I know in large part my depression is directly related to how my body is feeling. You know, I wake up with a to-do list a mile long, just like many of you. And if my body doesn't cooperate, it frustrates me. And I can usually give myself grace for a few days, but when it starts to be day 4, day 10, day 20, etc., and nothing is getting done, that's when the hopelessness sets in. That's when the intrusive thoughts set in. And before you know it, I'm just a slave to sadness. I don't know how else to describe it. But that leads me to my next question. Stephanie asks, have you found over the years something that helps get you out of a depression crisis? And first, I just have to surrender. I have to recognize that it is out of my control in that moment. Then I focus on things that help me feel better, which includes cutting out inflammatory foods that slow my body down, getting my body to move, even if it's just light cleaning. And last but definitely not least, turning my eyes back on God and calling on Him to be my comfort and my strength. I also try and replace intrusive thoughts with positive thoughts. For example, one common intrusive thought I have is, I'm always going to feel sick and tired and I'm never going to accomplish any of my goals. Yeah, pretty hopeless, right? Instead, even though it's hard, I have to choose to believe this. If I do the things I need to do to heal my body and mind, I will feel better to accomplish everything I want to accomplish in life. It really is a choice on what you choose to believe, and the latter gives me more hope to look forward to in the future. Okay, on to a little lighter question. I had a couple of questions about homeschooling. Here's the first one. What age did we start homeschooling? Any recommendations about homeschooling for a new mom thinking about it? We started homeschooling when the girls were in 1st grade and 4th grade. And so we've been doing it this will be our 3rd year completed. I was not homeschooled as a child. I went to public school year round. One of my girls was not thriving in public school, and I had the ability to homeschool. So we gave it a try, and so far it's been working out pretty well. Do I think I will always homeschool? I don't know. I try not to put that kind of pressure on myself, especially since I have mental health issues and physical limitations. But as long as I can do it, I will be doing it. The next question I have is about social skills and homeschooling. This is probably one of the more common questions us homeschoolers get. How do our kids make friends and socialize? I do think as homeschoolers, we have to be more intentional about stepping out and making friends. It would be really easy to stay in your own bubble as a homeschooler, but for us, it's really not that hard. We are really active in our church. We go at least twice a week. We also seek out extracurricular activities like Girl Scouts and sports, and that's where my kids tend to find their closer friends. We also attend a co-op one day a week, and that is where parents teach subjects in a classroom setting, so they kind of get that little classroom experience. We like to take classes like science, PE, arts and crafts, that sort of stuff there. Then we frequently do park days, field trips, and so on, where they meet and interact with, everyday people. Comparing my life as a public school student and their life, I don't see any variation between the amount of friends or the amount of activities or any of that. In fact, they probably have more opportunity to get out and do those extra things because they homeschool. Switching gears a little bit, I got some good decluttering questions from y'all. Rachel asks, what is the easiest and the hardest things for you to declutter? For me, the easiest thing to declutter has been clothes. It's been really easy to make those decisions. Not too many emotional attachments. The hardest things for me to declutter are sentimental items, because guess what? I have yet to do those. Y'all need to put pressure on me to do those, because I will probably avoid those till I die. Right now, my side of the closet is overrun with sentimental items, so I really, really need to tackle that. Princess asked two good questions. I want to answer the Fly Lady question first. Do I like it? I'm going to say the jury is still out. There are many aspects I like, but I'm having a really hard time with zone cleaning. I think it's because I still have a lot of clutter, and you know what she says, you can't clean clutter. I'm finding with every zone I have to spend at least 20-30 minutes decluttering the space first. That's half the time I'm supposed to be spending, so I don't feel like I'm getting a good clean out of that. Another reason is due to my physical and mental limitations. If I could be consistent every week with it, I know I could do a better job with it. And then, of course, the perfectionism. When I do zone cleanings, I have a really hard time stopping after an hour. It just doesn't feel finished, and therefore I don't feel accomplished. So I really got to work on letting that go. It really steals the joy on my accomplishments. But anyway, I'm going to keep working at it because I really, really want it to work for me. Her second question was, how was the playroom doing? And I want to tie it into Roxana's question about the tween room declutter for my daughter. So for the first time in years, we have finally reached a point in the playroom where my kids can actually maintain on their own. We did 2 rounds of decluttering in there, and I think we are at a good spot in there. I will probably do a toy declutter every year before the holidays. That worked out really well for us this past year. And the same thing goes for my daughter's room. Her room still gets destroyed, but she is able, on her own, to clean it herself. And I think that's going to be the mark I reach for in my decluttering journey. Basically, if it is easy to reset after it gets destroyed, then my decluttering goal has been met. I still have one more kid room I need to do, and I need to do it soon so we can do her room makeover. I want to try and have that done end of June for her birthday. She has decided she wants a mushroom and gnome theme, kind of fantasy forest, so I'm really excited for that. Last question, how did my husband and I meet? Well, I'd like to think it's a cute story. We actually did a video on this a year ago, so I'm going to pop that up at the end of this video so you can check it out if you want to hear it. All right, right, we did it. We did it. We conquered that whole thing. I did want to give you full disclaimer. My washer does have a 30-minute wash, quick wash that I could do, and since all of our clothes are just basically around the house, they weren't that dirty. So I use that function quite a bit. So that also helped me to power through that wash. I think another key to the success for today is being intentional about folding every load as it comes out of the dryer, and then putting away either every load or every other load. That way you're not having a mountain of laundry to put away. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you got a little bit of laundry motivation. If you did, will you let me know in the comments? Let me know if you'd like to see more laundry videos like this, and I can work them into the program. This will not be the last time we fall behind on laundry. Now do me a favor, go look yourself in the mirror and say something kind to yourself. We love you, and we will see you next time. Bye. 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 Cringy?
I did first.
Bye now.